So from April's low, the NASDAQ was up over 30% with barely any pullback. Now, is the NASDAQ about to continue higher and forget about the gaps that it's left behind? Or is it a perfect time to start a reversal and go ahead and fill these gaps down below? The S&P 500 has also left gaps behind, following its rally of over 23%. Now, in my opinion, if the markets keep on going higher, at some point we're bound to have that rubber band effect, leading to these gaps getting filled. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So if this is your first time stopping by, do consider subscribing. So with the stock market volatility set to increase, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some important levels to watch on Nvidia, ticker symbol NVDA, Microsoft, ticker symbol MSFT, ARM Holdings, ticker symbol ARM. Following is SMCI, super microcomputer, the NASDAQ, and Broadcom, ticker symbol AVGO. Let's go ahead and start with ticker symbol NVDA, Nvidia. So last week, Nvidia did reported an earnings beat. We did see a little pop in the share price. However, those gains have now been erased. Now, looking at the chart, the stock is still inside of a bearish rising wedge pattern. Adding to that, the RSI is a little bit on the overbought side. Going forward, keep your eyes on these key support and resistance zones. So current support for Nvidia is going to be at 132. If it breaks below that level, then look for a pull down to 124. And below 124, Nvidia's next support is going to be at 119. Above 132, the stock has resistance at 140. If Nvidia can break above 140 and this trend line, then I want you guys to look for a run to 148. Overall, to the downside, I'm looking for Nvidia stock to come back down to 103. Let's now move on to the next stock, ticker symbol AVGO. Broadcom. Alright, so now that Broadcom has hit my price target at 230, in my opinion, I would not be buying at these high prices. Instead, I would wait for a pullback in order to have a better price entry. Now, in my previous video, I did say that if Broadcom could stay above 228, I want you guys to look for a run to 247. We're not quite there yet, but maybe in the next trading session, we do end up hitting that price. With that said, current support is going to be at 228. If Broadcom loses that level, then look for a pull down to 210. And below 210, your next level of support is going to be at 195. Above 228, Broadcom has resistance at 247 and at 255. If the bulls can push the price above 247, I want you guys to look for a run to 255. Now let's take a look at the NASDAQ triple Qs. So as you guys can see, the NASDAQ is having a hard time staying above my 520 resistance zone. We did have a little peak above that zone, but then we pull right on back. With that said, the RSI on the daily time frame is still indicating that the NASDAQ is currently in overbought conditions. And not only that, we still have a looming shadow of uncertainty that's still surrounding the markets. In my opinion, this might be the very reason that we start seeing a market pullback. Let's now take a look at support and resistance. In terms of support, we do have a minor support level right here at 518. However, I want you guys to keep your eyes on 510. If the NASDAQ falls below 510, then I want you guys to look for it to come down to 501. Below 501, my overall target to the downside is going to be at 453. Now, above 510, you still have major resistance at my 520 resistance level, which does include the prices from 520 all the way up to 522. If the NASDAQ can break above that zone, then look for a run to 530. Let's now take a look at Microsoft, ticker symbol MSFT. So from recent lows, Microsoft is currently up over 33%, which is a great return on investment. Overall, Microsoft is in a bull trend. However, on the RSI, you can see that the stock is a little bit overbought. With that said, keep your eyes on these levels. Current support is going to be at 452. If the stock falls below that level, then look for a pull down to 439. Below 439, Microsoft's next level of support is going to be at 417. If the stock falls below 439, then definitely look for that pull down to 417. Now, above 452, Microsoft has resistance at 465. If the stock can get above 465, then look for a run to 477 and possibly to 487. Let's now move on to the next stock, ticker symbol ARM, ARM Holdings. Now, looking at the chart, the stock is in a uptrend. However, the stock is inside of a bear flag, which could be signaling future downside. With that said, current support is going to be at 122. If the stock falls below that level, then look for a pullback to 110. Below 110, your next level of support is going to be at 103. Now, above current support at 122, you have resistance at 135. If ARM can get above 135, then I want you guys to look for a run to 144. From current price, that's going to be a move of almost 16%. Now let's take a look at ticker symbol SMCI, Super Microcomputer. So in one of my previous videos, I said if SMCI could not stay above $44, then look for a pull down to $41. Indeed, that did end up playing out. Moving forward, current support is going to be at $38 per share. If the stock falls below that level, then look for a pullback to $35. From current price, that's going to be a pullback of 10%. Now, above current support, you have resistance at $41 and at $44 per share. If the stock can get above $41, then definitely look for that run to $44 per share. Overall, I do have a price target for SMCI at $72. With that said, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.